So, get in there, my son. How's it going, everybody? It's the Flying Pig here on Flying Pig United with another cheeky little video for you. Am I coming through? I think I am. How's it going anyway? I hope you're all doing okay. Thank you very much for joining us for the evening show. I thought I'd jump on here and give you the latest because obviously there's a few things that came out during the game that we missed and a couple of little bits that have come out this evening also. So we're going to get into the latest Manchester United news of the evening. Thank you very much, everyone who's in here. We've got Jonathan Gallagher, Batman Night Fan, Ryan, Top Dog, what's good, mate? Tarabo, Lindbergh as well. Hello, mate. So happy for Sancho, he says. Get in there, Jaden. 10-ton man as well. Jay, Joe, Jonathan, Ryan, Josiah. How you doing there? Thank you, Josiah Welling, Batman Night Fan, Fozzie Aussie, and everybody else. Thank you very much for joining us. Do us a favour at the start of this stream this evening and smash the thumbs up on the video. That will help us out at the start. And give it a share on social media if you want. I always say that, but it is much appreciated, for everybody that does that. So nice one, do that. Right, let's get into it. So obviously United smashed up Villarreal, 2-0 away from home. Carrick at the wheel. Tell me, how good does it feel? Well, to be fair, it doesn't feel that great because we've still been shite. But we are through, topping the group, by the way. And because of the other result, we topped the group of the Champions League. Get in there, my son. We are through, so that's what counts. So for whoever does come in after this, the permanent manager or an interim manager, I suppose, they will have Champions League football going forward. So that's good. In terms of whether it's going to be a permanent manager or whether it's going to be an interim manager, that does remain to be seen, lads and lasses. So just at the start of the game here, a bit of information coming out here. Fabrizio Romano said Manchester United board had a direct contact with former Barca manager Ernesto Valverde today, as per Jamie Jackson. No decision made yet. He's one of the 5 candidates in the list in case Mauricio Pochettino won't be allowed to leave Paris Saint-Germain. And also, oh no, ignore that. Also, Mauricio Pochettino was quoted during, just before the game, basically the press conference. He said, "My contract with Paris is until June 2023. I'm very happy at PSG. That's a fact. I'm happy in Paris. I want to make it clear." So basically, but listen, if you listen to what Pochettino said here, he's not said, when he's asked about it, he's not said, you know what, I'm staying here in Paris and I'm not going to Manchester. I don't see anywhere in those quotes where it says, I wouldn't be prepared to leave for Manchester United. That's all I'm saying. It says he's got a contract until Paris, in Paris until 2023. He's very happy in Paris. That's a fact. He wants to make that clear. He's happy here. But if an offer comes in, a better offer from a different club, i.e. Manchester United, and he prefers the challenge, and he's got that squad, and he actually wants to do it, then it's not an impossible thing to happen. So it's not like he's outright said, I am not going to be Manchester United manager or anything like that. So I just wanted to make that clear for anybody that thought maybe Pochettino during the start of the press conference has said, oh, you know what, I'm staying at PSG. It's not quite what he said. But in regards to Valverde, so Ernesto Valverde is also potentially being touted as this interim manager should we fail to get Pochettino. There's a few different managers. So I've heard I've heard Gattuso today. Gennaro Gattuso tonight as maybe a possible interim manager, which is just mental. You got Steve Bruce as well is being touted as a potential interim. Laurent Blanc. There's a couple of others. Rangnick. The list goes on. So, like Fabrizio Romano said, there's a 5-person shortlist of interim managers should we fail to get Pochettino. It seems like United are in for Pochettino. We are keen on getting Pochettino. Pochettino's keen on us by all accounts, but he is happy at PSG and he's happy in Paris. So just to be clear, we don't know the current situation. He is in Manchester though tomorrow. You never know if a little conversation may be had. Eddie O2, thank you so much. Great show earlier, by the way. Eddie O2 absolutely smashing it. Griffo, G Wolf, Usman and Eddie absolutely smashing it. Get in there. Do us a favour, smash that thumbs up button on this video, lads and lasses, if you haven't done so. And hit that subscribe if you're new. You only need to be subbed for 1 minute to get in there and comment. So do get your thoughts and opinions in about the game today, but also about any of the news we're discussing right now. Airborne Assassin says Pochettino could happen not till summer, I think. Great shout. So if you can't get him now or over the Christmas period maybe, then the summer is realistic for Pochettino. He might miss his opportunity. You never know. A lot can happen in a short spell in football. Somebody might become available that we go for instead. But realistically, yeah, if he wants to stay in PSG until the summer, we'd have to appoint an interim because Michael Carrick can't oversee things to the end of the season, man. I mean, he's not got the credentials at all to do it, even though we did do well tonight. We did win. And we did have a really good second half, some big positives. He made some positive substitutions in the 62nd minute, nice and early, and they impacted the game. So he's not terrible, but again, hanging Solskjaer out to dry to a degree. I still think the coaching staff should all go. But anyway, we need to get somebody else in until that is an interim capacity if we can't get Pochettino. And then again, if you were Poch, you would think, well, I've got this great squad at Paris. It's literally an insane Galactico team. Any manager in world football would like to have that front three alone, let alone all the rest of the talents that are in the team. So, it would be kind of foolish just to throw that away when you could have a go at doing something this season while you're there. I mean, you can at least have this season and then go and challenge, for Manchester United or someone else. So I think that's a possibility. If I was Mauricio Pochettino, I'd want to stay in Paris Saint-Germain this season, give it my all, and then go if the offer was still there. So I don't think it's guaranteed with Pochettino. I hope in a way, even though I'm not a big lover of Pochettino, he's kind of a bit of a Billy Bang average melt in a lot of ways by not winning a lot of trophies. He is actually, a good, decent manager who's currently available. And if United want to get a project kick-started on the right path, you need to appoint someone permanently now, because otherwise we're just in limbo. So let's go and get Mauricio. Not because we want him, more so because we sort of need him right now. I feel like we need to get going in the right direction again. Otherwise, we're just going to keep playing this Ollie brand of football, if that's what you want to call it. And if we get an interim manager in, that's only a temporary fix as well. That's not really going to provide us with the solution long term, is it? It just sort of is, again, in limbo. So Poch is the best of a bad bunch, as we keep saying, but that's what I'd like to see. Danny Ward says, how do I subscribe to the channel monthly? Danny, there is a little blue join button, or one of the mods might be able to put a link to the channel membership in there. But as I can see, DJ Disco Dave, lad, has only gone to become a member of the Bacon Brigade again. Get in there, Dave. Come on, let's be having you. Guys, get your favourite Bacon Brigade emoji in there for Mr. Disco Dave. Thank you so much for becoming a member of the channel, Dave. Come on, let's go. He says, I'm back. You're back and badder than ever, my friend. Thank you, Disco Dave, for getting in here, lad. Come on, party on, Garth. Love that, mate. Thank you very much there, Disco Dave. Right, okay. So Ernesto Valverde, this is on the BBC 2 hours ago as well, posted at 8:45 by Simon Stone. Manchester United have contacted former Barcelona boss Ernesto Valverde about the role of interim manager. Valverde, 57, is one of a handful of potential candidates to take charge until the end of the season before United hire a permanent manager. United are focusing on an interim boss to replace Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. They feel recruiting PSG coach Mauricio Pochettino immediately may not be as straightforward as has been suggested. Former Tottenham manager Pochettino said on Tuesday he was so happy at PSG and that he will not be distracted by links to the United job. So Valverde, though, fits the bill in some ways. I mean, if we have a look at what he's won here, hey, Zayn Miyasi getting in here with a kitty cat super sticker. What's going on? Hey, why are you getting the pussy sticker in there, Zayn Miyasi, lad? You trying to tell us something, lad? Zayn Miyasi, mate, get in there, my son. How you doing? How you doing, Zayn Miyasi, lad? Installment 1. When can I expect it? I'm just kidding, Zayn Miyasi. You're an absolute legend. Alex Walker says, Zayn the legend. Zayn Miyasi, how you doing? Let's get some super chat emojis in there, Zayn. 2-0 in the Champions League, Zayn Miyasi. This is what it's like to be a top side, even when we're struggling. We're still miles ahead of the Gooners, lad. Come on! Hey, no worries, Disco Dave. I know, hey, everybody gets treated the same here anyway, my friend, but thank you so much for being a legend. Mark Hughes says, Camlash G. Mark Hughes, Camlash. Bang average, mate. Set a Premier League all-time record for 10 draws in a row while he was City manager. I'm not too sure if we want him, really. Struggled at the big sides, struggled at all the little sides. Kind of like Steve Bruce, decent, experienced managers, but they've just been everywhere, apart from really the top sides, and when they got anywhere near that, they've always bottled it. So I'm not keen on that, to be fair. First Class Gamer says, welcome back, Dave. Hey, AR Dan, what's going on, my friend? He says, Valverde ended up being hated in Barcelona. Fans saying he's destroying the club. Fair play. Yes, listen, I'm not too keen on the idea. All I know is, if you check out his record, oh shit, it's pretty decent. I mean, he's won some Greek championships with Olympiacos back in the day. And then he's also won the Spanish Cup with Barca, the Spanish Champions twice with Barca, Spanish Super Cups with Barca twice. So or once with Atletico Bilbao, I should say, and once with Barca. So, he's got some credentials there, but obviously it is just a specialized sort of thing again, where it's like one particular team, or, it's that team was obviously insane as well. Very good team. It's like, it's very difficult to come into United and get this job and make it actually be a full-on success where the players are instantly performing better. It's a totally different animal. So out of almost all of the interim managers, okay, I'm going to ask the live chat a quick poll, actually, guys. So let me just get a little poll question up. So interim manager, let's just say Poch is not available. And I'm not talking about permanent managers here. So I'm not going to put a couple of people on the list who maybe are more realistic for permanent. Like Zidane's not going to come in and be a fucking, interim. So interim manager, who are the options, guys? So we've got Valverde. We have Rangnick. He's obviously an option as well, because he's being talked about as maybe coming in short term and then going into a technical role at the club, something like that. There's also Blanc is also being mentioned as well, and Steve Bruce. Let's go Steve Bruce as well. So Allardyce says 4-year-old Virgil. We're not quite that desperate, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I'm going to ask you guys in the live chat, everybody, please do have a click, have a vote in the poll. Let me know what you guys think. Who would I vote for out of them? So, in all honesty, you know what? Out of all of those, well, it's got to be between Blanc and Bruce for me, really. I know Rangnick's got all these credentials of doing really well at RB Leipzig and growing the club and all the rest of it and doing reasonably well. And Valverde, I mean, yeah, okay, he's obviously won some stuff in the past, but to me, it's got to be one of the Man United boys. Blanc's got the more sort of bigger name, bigger credentials, I suppose. Bruce is the more experienced in the Premier League. I guess it's got to be one of the United boys. So I'm going to go Laurent. Why not? Eddie O2 says, get Bruce off that list. Rangnick is the leader of this list so far right now. Fair play. I'm going to go Blanc because just the United vibes. Rangnick is a good shout, of course, as we've discussed what he's done at RB Leipzig previously. Growing the football club, not just like coaching them at one point, but also having a role behind the scenes. United needs some proper football people in there behind the scenes. And if we can sort of acquire one via this route, via him coming in as an interim and then going into some other role, unless he does really, really well. That's the thing. He might take the opportunity as, hey, if I get this team and get them playing well and run with it, lay the foundations, they might stick with me as manager and I've got this brilliant project with this great team and they'll stick with me. Or worst case scenario, it goes a bit tits up, but we've got this advisory that I'm coming in to do stuff behind the scenes in a technical football sense. So, he might jump at the chance if that opportunity was there. But I do think that because of the United links as well, somebody like Blanc or Bruce, if they were up for taking the job, it just makes sense. Plus, they're the sort of managers that you can get in there in a temporary basis. Like Steve Bruce literally is an interim manager, like for Manchester United. That is what he is. So we could have something like that to the end of the season. Might as well have stuck with bloody Ole Gunnar Solskjaer if that's the case, to be fair. But you could get something like that in, and then until the end of the season, he's happy to part ways and go and manage fucking Hull City or something. That is basically what happens. It may be a boost of his profile. He gets paid well for the short-term job, and he's obviously got experience, and he's a nice guy, and all the rest of it. So I could see something like that happening, guys. So Rangnick is definitely winning the live chat vote here. Laurent Blanc and Bruce with 20% of the vote each. Valverde with 18%. Rangnick with 40% of the vote. So fair play to you. Guys, there's 120 of you in here, 56 likes. We can do better than that. Let's give it a cheeky little good old-fashioned Bacon Brigade. Like spike. Give it a cheeky little like if you're just getting in here. And also have your say on the interim manager debate that we've got going here. I think Rangnick is obviously the most credentialed out of them all and certainly has a future beyond just being an interim manager at Manchester United, which is good. El Professor says Brucey. 40-year-old Virgil says Bruce gets fifth, so gets a 5-year deal. Oh, shut it, you tarts. Anyway, right, okay, so the news, guys, let me go back into the news here. So that is it in regards to Valverde. We have understood to have made contact with him in the case that we can't get Pochettino done in a permanent basis. Poch is in Manchester tomorrow, right? So there might be some conversations had. We might hear a little bit more about it tomorrow and the realistic possibility of him leaving PSG. It doesn't seem like it would be that quick. I feel like the soonest it could be would be around Christmas. They don't want to get left out high and dry unless Zidane's literally ready to step in. So we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see what goes on there. So that is the latest there. Just want to give you the update for the evening scores, actually. You know, look, Chelsea smashed up Juve 4-0, guys. What the fuck's going on here? They're just looking absolutely good. It's pissing me off. Atalanta and Young Boys drew, though, so that's a great positive for us. So we win the group. We obviously beat Villarreal. Barca and Benfica drew 0-0. Lille beat Salzburg. Sevilla beat Wolfsburg. So, you know, interesting to see the leagues taking shape. Man City, PSG, Liverpool, Porto at the moment. Group B still wide open. Borussia Dortmund looking likely to get through in Group C with Ajax. Real Madrid and Inter Milan top in Group D there. You got Bayern and Barca in Group E. Man United, Villarreal in Group F. Lille and Salzburg in Group G, and Chelsea and Juventus top in the group and already through in Group H. So there you go, just to let you know some of the teams, most of the usual suspects who you think would get through pretty much have done. It's pretty awesome, actually, United top in the group, because we struggled all throughout this. By the way, can I just get a little vote in the live chat, right? And I'm going to give you my opinion on something now, and you might disagree with me, but I know Carrick did well tonight, and the lads played really well in the second half. But the first half, it was very much like what we've seen before. I feel like, now just tell me if you agree or not, just say agree or disagree. I feel like if Solskjaer was still here as Manchester United manager, he would have got the same result. Okay? I feel like that's the same case. Villarreal are crap as well. They're crap in La Liga, they're doing awful, their form's bad. I feel like Solskjaer would have got the same result and we'd have beaten Villarreal. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know. G says disagree, Wiggy says agree. Okay, fair enough, but... You know, agree says 40-year-old Virgil, agree says Case Later 23, agree says... So there you go. Some of you agree, some of you disagree. I think it's a valid point because we've got ourselves in a situation now where Michael Carrick is the manager who was part of the coaching staff that was a problem. We don't have an exact idea of when or who is going to be the next manager that comes in. And we've got rid of Ollie and, you know, we're just not really any better off at this moment in time. I feel like Solskjaer would have got the team to win that game. I don't understand how symbolically we could have done any much different, really. With, okay, yeah, I don't think Solskjaer would have started Donny in that position, to be fair. But to be fair, that wasn't the most brightest idea from Carrick, I think. Donny did okay, but he didn't do that great. Bruno came on and did a lot better. Maybe it was a psychological thing, and maybe he got more out of Bruno by benching him and making him come on when we needed him. To, you know, so some, you know, there's some psychology there, but at the same time, like Villarreal are a poor side at the moment. Emery's a decent coach. He's won 4 Europa Leagues and all the rest of it, but his side this season are not looking too good. He's having a struggle just like we have done. So, yeah, they were definitely a beatable team. Solskjaer, the style and the tactics of Solskjaer's football were still there to be seen. They're not going to go away overnight. So we did essentially beat him with more or less those sorts of tactics anyway, and that sort of style anyway. So that's just what I feel, guys. You know, a lot of you might disagree and say that, well, they've got that guy gone. I mean, I did feel like some of the players, maybe like people like Slabby Maguire, were working just maybe a little bit harder. But at the same time, most of them, you know, you see what you get from Fred. You get that every single week under Solskjaer. He runs his socks off. You know, they definitely don't work they haven't worked as hard. But I didn't see like a massive change. They were pressing a bit more, I suppose, but I don't know. I just think that they should have maybe just waited until somebody was actually lined up properly, because they've created this sort of mess for themselves, which they really didn't have to create. But there you go. So Carrick at the wheel, guys. Maybe he'll convince everyone that he's the right man for the job. Hey, thank you, Bourbon Lad. Get in there. He's put a link to the channel membership in there. And you know what? Danny Ward has just become a member of the channel as well. Bloody hell, we've had loads of new members today, man. Thank you so much, all the new members. Danny Ward, welcome aboard the Bacon Express, lad. Please do keep your arms and legs and all other dangly bits inside the vehicle at all times. And hang on to your seats, baby. This one's going to be a screamer. Danny Ward, thank you so much. Get a sue emoji in there, everybody. Welcome, Danny. Thanks so much. Primot says, tickle the like for the piggy. Thank you, Primot. I'm liking the debate we've got going here. Some people agree, some people disagree. But I think that Solskjaer would have beat them. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Danny Ward. You're a Don, mate. You're an absolute legend. Thank you so much for that, dude. Right, let me get back into the news. We've got a good bit of news to cover tonight. So Pochettino not distracted by the United connection. So as I say, he was asked about it before the press conference before the Champions League game with PSG. And he said, The rumours are there, but that kind of thing cannot distract me. He says, I'm so happy at Paris Saint-Germain. He says, my contract is until 2023, this season and one more. I am really happy at PSG. That is a fact. That is all that he said. So when you think about that, yes, it's keeping your cards close to your chest, and it's just doubling down and saying, if the move doesn't materialise, he doesn't want to annoy any PSG fans or the players in the dressing room. He said all the right stuff. But in his words there, he has not said, I'm staying at PSG and I'm not going to United. So it's fair game at the moment. It's possible that he still comes. I want to just mention this as well. So Ten Hag also had a press conference ahead of the Champions League game, and he was asked about it, and he said that he's not heard anything of any interest. He said we want to win titles at Ajax this season, and we have tough competition from PSV and also Feyenoord, but it doesn't distract me. So, he a little bit more so insinuating that, he's staying by literally saying, I haven't heard anything and we want to win stuff at Ajax this season, but still, though, also not ruling out any contact for the job, right? So there you go. Fabrizio with that update earlier about Valverde, and the BBC reported it a bit later. And what else have we got to look into? I've got some more stuff. Okay, Pochettino says, I'm not a baby. We're in football, a business where rumours are there, and I completely understand what's going on. Sometimes in a positive way or a negative way. Rumours are there, but I'm only focused on tomorrow's game. They went on to say that as well. So, just doubling down, giving him a stern opinion there. By the way, Manchester United are now working for both a temporary and a permanent managerial appointment at the same time. That seems to be the case, just so you know. So we are working on a permanent manager, Pochettino, and if that goes tits up, then we're working on a manager of an interim capacity to replace our temporary manager, Carrick, and we've got a 5-man shortlist, ranging from, La Liga winners to Steve Bruce. You know what I'm saying? So, listen, let's make this clear. This is a shit show of a run club, lads and lasses. The Glazers, Woody and co, fucking farcical stuff. Let's get some green and gold emojis in and get some clown emojis in, hashtag Glazers out. Fucking unbelievable this, isn't it? I find this whole situation ridiculous. Ridiculous. Might as well have just got Poch lined up and sacked Solskjaer at that time and allowed Solskjaer to step down with Poch coming in. Have a press conference, hand over the baton, whatever. Right? This seems totally needless. Hashtag Glazers out. And also the run. So hang on a sec. Let's just have a look at Manchester United's run. Man United fixtures, right? So we have had a tough run recently. Now, if you look at Manchester United's fixtures after the Chelsea game, it's really not that hard. So, yeah, okay, you've got Chelsea, then you've got Arsenal. We're at home against Arsenal. That is a tough game. I was going to joke about it, but it's a tough game. Then you've got Palace, Young Boys, Norwich, Brentford, Brighton, Newcastle, Burnley, Wolves, Villa, West Ham, Burnley, Southampton, Leeds, Watford. It's like, are you telling me that if Solskjaer was in charge even for those games, with that run of games, surely would have gone on and won a lot of those games? Now, I know the argument is, you've got to stop the run. I agree, by the way. But all I'm saying is, it makes sense to actually have a successor in place, like ready, waiting in the wings to come in. It doesn't make sense to just do it knee-jerk and then just have to fumble around trying to get somebody. It's pathetic. It's absolutely a disgrace, as Roy Keane would say, how they've sort of done this, to be fair. They're completely incompetent. It does seem like they're doing all their dirty stuff in the public eye now. It's like, man, just have it done in the background. Get it done. So we got a lot of... oh, shit. So anyway, we got a lot of... all I'm saying is, after the Chelsea game, there's a lot of winnable games. And we did have a bad run. The new manager, I guess, when whoever it is that comes in is going to have a favourable run, though. That is the positive thing about somebody else coming in. Right. Anyway, so we're working on an interim manager and a permanent manager at the same time. Football with Brownie. Hello, mate. He says Steve Bruce for manager. Man, I could see it happening. I really could. I don't see there's in terms of an interim, if we can't get Rangnick and we can't assure him a technical role after or whatever, that I could see it going to Steve Bruce to end of the season. Give it Brucey to end of the season. He got the job at a technicality of a legend who recommended you. You are nothing. You are a fool and you are a waste of time. Good night. AR Dan, I bet Conte is kicking his balls for taking the Spurs job. Kicking his balls. He's got a space hopper down there. And I say, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I would be if I was him, because there's a good chance you're right. If that had happened after that Watford game and Conte was available, hey, you're right, he probably would have got that Manchester United job. You're spot on. Robin Corkman says all the club owners in the Premier League must be laughing at United's predicament. Exactly. It's kind of very incompetent, isn't it? Rob, hello, mate. He says, hi, Pig. I believe Mark Hughes might be interested until we get a permanent manager. Would you take Sparky? I mean, Sparky or Brucey, you know, they're both bang average, but there's something about them. They're plucky, aren't they? They're plucky. And they're United legends as players. But that doesn't give them the ability to do it as a manager. But the old argument is, if you give them a top side, could they do it? Because most of them, they've just had bang average teams to manage. Now, Sparky did manage City for a bit when they were in the transition, Rubinho and all that time, Roque Santa Cruz and all that when he brought him in and stuff, and it didn't really go too well. But other than that, he's just managed, you know, the likes of Stoke City, and Brucey's been at, you know, Hull City and fucking Newcastle, and, you know, they've always managed those sorts of level clubs. So maybe if they did have the reins at a club like United, they might be able to prove something with those great players. But I personally don't think so. I think, a leopard doesn't change its spots, is what they say. A leopard doesn't change its spots. And I think Steve Bruce and Mark Hughes are kind of proven over a long period of time to be sort of average level, bang average managers. It's like you might as well go for Big Sam Allardyce if you're going to do that, you know, if you want that sort of level. So, yeah, I think we've got to be a little bit more ambitious than that, even in an interim capacity. But I still think, you know, a United legend or United link or somebody who is a good manager like Laurent Blanc, if he wanted to be interim, would make a bit of sense. Rushy says, subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button, lads and lasses. We're on our way to 50k. So do help us get there by hitting that subscribe button if it's your first time in here. Smash the like on the video too. We are at 104 likes. We've hit 100 likes. Let's be having you. Thanks, everyone, for smashing it up. Right, we will have a big Q&A in a little bit as well, lads and lasses, but for now I've got a bit more news to get into. I'm going to give you all the latest. So we're working on a temp manager, we're working on an interim manager, we're working on a permanent manager, all at the same time. And Duncan Castle's given us a little bit of a report. I think it's probably bollocks, but it says former AC Milan and Napoli manager Gennaro Gattuso is an interim option for Manchester United. He would be prepared to take the job if offered it. So Gattuso, I mean, that's just a crazy link, to be fair, but, you know, hey, look, it's on the table. Samuel Luckhurst from the MEN says, had this quote from on MEN that said, this is from Poch, that said, I'm not going to make the mistake to talk. In the past, when I was at Espanyol and my dream was to meet Sir Alex Ferguson, all that I can tell now it's going to be misunderstood and out of context. So previously he said some things, you know, that's it. Sir Alex and Poch seem to have a, you know, good rapport, understanding. So I definitely think Sir Alex Ferguson is a fan, from what we've heard, you know, from certain sources. So Manchester United meet Ernesto Valverde with Pochettino still in their sights. So the Guardian reporting as well that Manchester United have spoken to Ernesto Valverde regarding becoming their interim manager. So if you're just getting in here, that's a big story as well. United working on these permanent manager in Poch and speaking of other managers, Valverde, Bruce, etc. Did you hear Scholesy, by the way, before the game? He said that we talk about recruitment. Our two best centre forwards are 36 and 34. That's embarrassing. So, you know, he's got a point there, really, Scholesy. 36 and 34. Those are our two main strikers. Okay, you've got Greenwood coming through. Rashi can play there. So can Martial. But really, our best two strikers there, they're old. We should have something better coming through there, really, by this point. It's not good enough. We're going to have to buy somebody significant. I mean, if Poch comes in, you could see down the line next in the summer, maybe Kane come in. You could see maybe Erling Haaland coming in at some point as well. If not, I could anyway. I could see Kane go. I think Haaland might go to one of the Spanish clubs or one of the other English clubs, but who knows? Who actually knows? But anyway, so Ten Hag just dismissed it and said he's interested. He's only interested in winning things this season at the moment with Ajax, and they've got some big games coming up. Yada yada yada. Pochettino kept his cards close to his chest and just said that he is contracted until 2023 at PSG, but never said I'm staying here and I don't want the Man United job. Right then, lads and lasses, let me just get into the latest update here. So thank you very much for everyone who's joining us. That's pretty much it. So I'm going to get into the live chat now, guys. Have your say. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on what we've discussed in this video so far. Do hit the like, do get your thoughts in, and let's be having you. So let me just refresh this, get the live chat up for a sec. But yeah, really happy with that win tonight, eh, lads? What a banging victory. Honestly, on the back of a really, really shit spell, just to get the Champions League secured, qualification from the group secured, get that first spot in the Champions League group as well. Is damn good. It's a damn good result and a damn good evening. Hey, Rob Wedgbury, thanks very much, Rob, for subscribing to the channel, bro. K Slater 23, what a don. Let's all cheers with a Sue for all the great work for Pig does for us all. Hey, no worries, Night Whisper. Thank you very much, bro. Thank you very much. I'm going to have to let you down with the FIFA tonight, though, lads and lasses, because I've done a lot of streams today and my voice is getting a bit gashed up. So I'm probably going to have to give FIFA a miss this evening. But we'll be on here for a good while. I'm going to stay on here until, at least 11:30 or whatever and have a chat with you bloody legends. Get your thoughts in about anything we've discussed here, my friends. I want to hear what you've got to say. Bell says Carrick to win the Champions League, but it's actually Ollie on Zoom in the dressing room. I was saying that in my watch along like a Scooby-Doo mask or something like Ruggy. It just ends up like it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer all along. They take the mask off. There he is. Skulls is speaking my mind. I agree 100%, says Batman Knight fan. Yes, I agree with that. I mean, our players are too old. We're supposed to have youth development at this club. That's supposed to be a big part of our whole shtick. Is the policy of blooding the youngsters and bringing the youngsters through. And Greenwood is a great young player. Rashford was brought through. There's forward players that have come through. But I think it's time that we established ourselves with a proper striker. We need to buy somebody really like Haaland or something like that just to go along with Mason Greenwood because it's not really enough. And Rashford's more of a winger anyway. Big God Bob comments, Ronaldo is 37 in February. He is 2 years and 4 months older than the second best player ever in Messi. That's quite a significant amount older, but I wouldn't be surprised if he outlasts Messi in terms of football. Who knows? Messi I could see playing for another couple of years. I could see Ronaldo playing for another couple. He's got another, 18 months at United, and then he's probably going to go and play for Sporting for a season or somewhere back there. Who knows? I like the idea of Poch, comments Ian Dawn. For people saying he never won anything, when he was last in the Premier, he took Spurs to a top four club and nearly won Champions League, unheard of for them. He overachieved. He did overachieve, yeah, to be fair. He built a good squad there, Champions League. But still, you have to sort of say he didn't win anything and he did have a great squad. He built the squad, but it was still a great squad. And in the end, it all ended in tears. But he still had that great squad. So, couldn't quite manage it in that last season, though. And couldn't get the trophy. Now, still a good manager. And what's impressive about his reign at Spurs is that he did it with not very much money. Like, how much money did he actually spend? I'd love to know. I bet you it's about less than half, way less than half of what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has had to spend in the time that he had at United. And Poch had that over a 5-6 year spell at Spurs, or 5 year spell at Spurs. So if you think about that, he's really, in fact, he probably not even near that. Probably like 100 odd million. Like, probably not very much. I remember the last summer he brought in quite a few players, but before that they were always scratching around for signings, like barely signing anybody. So that is the best thing about Poch, is he's a proper budgeting manager. He's got the credentials to do it at Southampton and Spurs. So the Glazers will love him for that, lads and lasses. They will love him for that. He's a budgeteer. And also United have spent a lot recently. We don't really need to spend that much more. We have got a really good squad. Arguably, I think you need to definitely get a central defensive midfielder in. And you've also probably got to address the centre-back position, even though we've got like 5 centre-backs there. Because there's just nobody quite up to the standard, along with, Rafael Varane's the best. I would like to see somebody of that calibre alongside him. I don't want to see a big human slab. Victor Lindelof was great tonight, by the way, and Slabby was pretty damn good too. But consistency-wise and performance-wise overall, they're not up to the standard of United, so maybe there. But there's really not that many players that need to be signed at United. We've got a good depth. We've got good players now. Just the midfield, really, is the biggest problem area. If you get that sorted out, it's all about getting a manager to come in and smash things up and get those players to instantly start playing. Scooby says, who be next? Oh, mate, sorry. The voice went there. Molly Do says, just give it Cantona. At least we'll have a philosophy. Definitely, Cantona. Give it Cantona to end of the season. Airborne Assassin says 609 million since 2016 United spent. It's madness. Ollie spent nearly like 500 million himself, I think. Nearly that, or hundreds of millions. He spent a lot of money. All I'm saying is Pochettino really did not spend a significant amount at Tottenham, and so for the Glazers, they will like that because we don't really want to spend that much money as a club. Now it's time to sort of reap what they sowed. They've sowed quite a bit of money recently in transfers. They've also taken out a lot of money from the club in other ways as well, and it's a disgrace. But certainly they have given the manager, Ollie, over the 3-year spell that he was here, quite a lot of signings. You know, they paid 80 million for Maguire. They paid 50 million for Wan-Bissaka. They bought Donny, Diallo, who hasn't even played, was 30 to 40 million. You've also bought in players like Ronaldo, huge money per week, and Cavani, quite a lot of money per week as well. You know, they have spent money to sign good players. Rafael Varane was brought in this summer. Jadon Sancho, £73 million. So there's a lot of money being spent, and we haven't really quite got that return yet, but a good manager maybe coming in could get that return pretty quickly because the players are there. Hey man, there's 200 of you guys in here. Great to see you all tuning in late night. 11:15 here. We got a bit of news to discuss in terms of Pochettino and an interim coming in. Have a vote in the live chat. If you were just getting in here, there's a poll on the go. Over 250 people have voted. And the clear leader at the moment for who would you like to see as the next interim manager, it is Ralph Rangnick. Well, Rangnick. So I find that really hard to say. Valverde is on 26%. He's now second in the list. Blanc and Bruce are trailing behind now. So the ex-United connections are not favoured at all by the fan base. Rangnick leading the way. I think he would be decent because he can come in and do a technical job afterwards. And if he does really well, if he's like comes in and just hits the ground running and builds a really good team, gets them playing really nice football, you know, doesn't have to build a team, but gets this current team playing really good football, then he might just get the permanent, he probably will get the permanent job. AR Dan says Cantona would turn Old Trafford in a lunatic asylum in 6 months. Could you just imagine Eric Cantona as manager? It'd be amazing. Today, lads, we're doing a still life class. So everybody get your paintbrushes. We're going to paint this nude. You know? I can just imagine it. Anyway, just give us Eric, says Molly Do. It would be pretty amazing, I must admit. I missed your super sticker. Sorry, Flying Pig fan. I'm a bottle merchant. Hey, we got a super sticker here from your Flying Pig United fan, man. Thank you so much for the £1.79 super sticker. Let's be having you. Get in there with a love heart, my friend. Everyone, he's got a love heart super sticker in there. Much love. Guys, get a love heart in there for Flying Pig United fan. Thank you so much for getting in here, bro. That is very kind of you, man. Mark Fisher, did you just say Slab was good? I said Slabby was pretty good today. So as in we kept a clean sheet. I mean, I don't think it was great. I still think there's a couple of moments where he's made bottle job moments. But for him, based on this season's performances, that was a decent game from him today. Lindelof played really well, I thought. I actually genuinely thought Lindelof was good. But I'm just saying, Slabby wasn't terrible today. He just wasn't, you know, he's just not good enough. I don't think he's great, to be fair. Poch is the right man for us, says Kreshnik Kakichi. Yeah. They call me a mystic, Mystic Kreshnik, because you predict these things. Maybe. I mean, who knows? I just still am not blown away by the guy. Let's be honest now. Zidane is better, isn't he? That's why PSG would maybe consider letting Pochettino go if Zidane's going in. Zidane's a better in the sense that he's a bigger ego character. He's a bigger name. He's also got the record of winning things. All Pochettino's done is manage Southampton and Spurs to pretty much, you know, decent standards in the Premier League. Is that enough reason to get the United job? He's gone to PSG here in the Farmers League and he's doing okay. He's not doing great. He didn't win the league last season. Where's the credentials for getting the United job? Zidane, on the other hand, he's sitting there with his 3 Champions League trophies, shining his bald head, replaying that video of him headbutting Marco Materazzi over and over again, just you know, like an uncaged animal. That's who we need, is Zinedine Zidane, really. So, you know, I'd love a bit of ambition from United to go and convince Zidane and his missus to come, but it doesn't seem like we're going to. It seems like Poch is the one. Poch is the one because he's safe. He's safe for the Glazers. He's perfect for the Glazers. He's the Argentinian Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. That's what he is, guys. You know, he's a nice guy. He's got a nice smile. He's not going to cause too much friction. He's not going to out the board. He's not going to out the owners. He's just going to get his head down and get on with the limited resources that are available to him now. So that's perfect for the Glazers. That's why he's number one. He's not my number one. I'd rather go and get Zidane based on who's even currently available right now. But he doesn't want us. So if he doesn't want us, then we'll have to go get Poch. But is it the case of him not wanting us, or is it a case of United's board not going to want him enough? So there you go. That's what I think about it. Anyway. Yeah, no, Stefan says, where was Ollie's credentials, Pig? I totally agree with you, mate. Where are Ollie's credentials, man? He managed Molde and he managed Cardiff. Now, we were going for that legend link. By the way, just so you know, Ollie didn't really have the credentials to be United manager. He was stepping in to do a job for a short spell. Do you remember? He became the interim manager. Now, he wasn't awarded the permanent manager job straight away. He had to prove it. He had to actually win a bunch of games. He settled us down. He got us playing good football, and we started winning games. We went on a really great one, which basically convinced everybody, myself included, and a lot of you guys, that he was the right man to take us forward, at least for a short spell. So that is how he got the job. He proved himself in an interim capacity. Maybe he shouldn't have been given the interim capacity job to begin with, but he was, and he proved himself. That's why he got it. So he's that's a bit of a special case. It's Ollie. He's a club legend. He came in just to see us over for a little period of time, and he actually did really well, so they gave him the permanent job. I don't think we should be giving it to somebody else based on similar credentials now, just because they're a player, though. I totally agree with what you're saying. But Zidane's won a lot of stuff. He's not, he's won a lot of stuff. Mark Fisher says Poch does not coach based on vibes. So let's be fair. I think Ollie's second place finish was a fluke. I don't know. I'm not so sure about that, man. I mean, he did well last season getting second. He did well the season before getting third. I'm not so sure if we can say that. Let's not just discredit what Ollie did because he imploded this season. That's like saying, Pochettino's run to the final at Spurs was a complete fluke because he got sacked off the next season for starting the Premier League shite. I mean, maybe it was a fluke with Spurs, but at the same time, it still takes the ability to get there, They always thought it would be Giggs, says Bell 601. Great point as well. Give it Giggs at the end of the season from Wormwood Scrubs like. Anyway, Flying Pig fan, thank you for another 99p super sticker, my friend. Get in there with another love heart. Let's have a love heart in the live chat. Hey, there's 220 of you in here. We're nearly at 150 likes. If you're just joining, hit the like button, guys. Let's give it a cheeky little Kung Fu Cantonade kick. It helps us out on YouTube, gives us a boost. And just do it. Mark Fisher with a $10 super chat comments, raise a beer. Awesome win today. Loved seeing Sancho finally getting involved. Mark Fisher, thanks for the $10 super chat, lad. Raise a beer. I'm going to raise my Lucasade orange to you, sir. Thank you very much. Seeing as it's an orange super chat that you got in there as well. Awesome win today. It was a fucking great win. What a moment for Jadon Sancho. It does kind of feel like, it's Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's gone. Jadon Sancho scores. It's strange, isn't it? It's just one of those things like Jadon's been trying. I mean, is it the fact that Ollie's gone and we're playing slightly different, or is it just sheer coincidence? But I did think in that second half in particular, Jadon Sancho created a lot of good chances. There was that other good moment where he's missed one, where he's hit it too close to the keeper, but his movement and his general play to create the chance was absolutely scintillating. So I was very happy for him. He was good today. Long may it continue. Look, Jadon's only just begun at Manchester United. Literally, this is just the beginning for Jadon Sancho. He's only just arrived. He's 21. He's got plenty of improving to do. He's had a great career up until now for a young person. He struggled a bit at the start because United was struggling. If he had gone into a United side that were all confident, all firing on all the cylinders and been a brilliant side, he would have slotted in absolutely fine and been brilliant himself. So Jadon's got so much to give in the upcoming years. Like, he's so young. Give him a couple of seasons and he'll be way better than he even is, anywhere near now. It's just part of the development, the progression of the player. So he's settled in. He's had a rough settling in period. He's starting to settle in. That was a great moment for him. You saw the celebration. You saw the happiness. I love, Jude Bellingham online giving him props. Declan Rice online giving him props. Everyone said so happy for Jadon. He deserves it, man. He's had a tough spell. He's had a tough start to his career, and he's gone into a really struggling team. If he had gone into a great team, we'd be saying about, Jadon, what a great signing so far. But because the team has been bad, and Ollie's been playing him out of position for most of the time, he struggled. Valverde versus Conte, 3 wins, 1 draw, 0 losses, says Fawzan Malana. That's interesting. So Valverde's beaten three times is what you're saying. Okay. I mean, I don't really want Valverde. I know he's second in the poll here that we're doing. I don't really want Valverde, to be fair. He's not really my favourite fit. Valverde over Conte, says Fawzan Malana. Where was Ollie's credential? Oh, hang on. I've already read that one. Hang on. Sorry, I'm miles behind the chat here, dudes. Rushmano, man, thank you so much. He says, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, lads. And I says, who's here from the watch-along earlier? Smash a 1 in the live chat if you were watching the watch-along earlier. Disco Dave with a cheeky little member comment. He's been a member for 5 months. 5 months, thank you, Dave. He says, we need a long-term manager. Fact. Is Poch that? Thank you so much, Disco Dave, for being a member for 5 months total. What a don. In terms of a long-term manager, Yeah, he is a long-term manager. He's not a temporary manager. He's not an interim manager. He's coming in, if he is coming in, to be a permanent manager and have a project here and do something long-term. That's why he would leave PSG, because PSG's a cushy job, but it's only a short-term job at PSG. Like Gary Neville was saying, you're pretty much on a year-to-year thing there. Like, he's got 18 months left on his contract, but it's really a year-to-year thing. Like, if you don't perform, if you don't win the league, if you don't get to the final of the Champions League and win the cup, you're probably going to get sacked off for somebody else. So it is not really a long-term job where you've got any security whatsoever. United, on the other hand, even apart from David Moyes, but just look at everybody else that's been here post-Fergie, even though we've struggled at times, they've all been given years, not months, years. So it's a project. Anybody coming in with a permanent job knows they're going to get at least a couple of seasons, unless they completely implode and have a nightmare. But they're going to get at least a couple of seasons. They're also going to get some spending money, not as an unlimited amount like City or Chelsea or whatever, but they're going to get some spending money. And, it's an attractive proposition because United is a huge club. And if you can get United playing well, we can be as good as anybody and we can challenge on all fronts. We're a huge club with the best support in the world. Thank you very much, Disco Dave, lad. I appreciate you. Hey, we got a moustache super sticker from Flying Pig Fan. Get in there. Let's get your moustache emojis in there. Nice one, mate. Thank you so much. I need to shave mine up, dude. It's looking a bit wayward. Hey, Liam Mills. I'm doing all right, bro. How you doing, my friend? How you doing, Liam Mills? Look at the job Ten Hag has done at Ajax. Would he come now, mate? Hey, Adam Partridge. Maybe. I mean, if United went in for him on a permanent deal, then yes, but he's not going to come in as an interim capacity or anything. He would want a permanent project. He would want a long-term deal. He's somebody that you get in for a 2 or 3 year rebuild jobby, in my opinion. And you look at the job he's done at Ajax, it is very good. I mean, they're on 12 points in the Champions League group. They're in the same group as Dortmund. Not easy. He's done very well. And he's obviously really good in Eredivisie, winning stuff, building the team, getting youngsters developed, all the rest of it. He's obviously a really good coach, total football style. He would come, but the problem is he said, well, there's no problem. It's just United haven't approached him properly yet. He said there's been no interest from Manchester United so far. He hasn't heard anything. And at this moment in time, he's focused on winning the league with Ajax and concentrating on that. So unless that is to change, and yes, we have exhausted our managerial options, i.e. Pochettino doesn't come, and we have to look for a different manager, then, maybe we would go and knock on Ten Hag's door. I think that's fair. Ooh. Night Whisper, thank you very much. Says, love watching the watch along, mate. Thank you so much, dude. Manny Snuflaki, he says, Valverde has no Premier League experience, mate. Has never managed an English team. I want to win the EPL. It's been too long. Great question. Great point there, Manny Snuflaki. Yes, I'm not keen on him either for those reasons too. He's just kind of like a shit Zidane, isn't he? He's like a shit Zidane. If we're going to go get somebody who's not got the Premier League experience, at least go for Zidane, who's just Zidane. But, yeah, I agree. Valverde's not the answer. I'd actually rather Steve Bruce than Valverde right now, guys, in all honesty. And I'm not even joking. Let's give it Brucey to end of the season. Now, there's no point giving it Steve Bruce. We just need to appoint a permanent manager in Pochettino right now and give that a sort of small gamble that it is. It's not a massive gamble. He is a proven coach to a degree. Like we've talked about, his Spurs teams played decent stuff. He's in the Premier League. He's doing well. He did get sacked in the end. But, most managers have a good few years and then it all goes tits up in a short spell. That's sort of why managers get sacked. But they still have success in the period before. That's what he did at Spurs. But unfortunately, he's not a proven winner. And United needs somebody. You just said we need somebody who can win the Premier League. Well, yeah, he's got Premier League experience, but he's not proven to win the Premier League or get really close to winning the Premier League either. So that is my only concern. He's obviously had to do it with that shitty Spurs team, though. But actually, he built a really good team. Son and Kane and Lloris and all the rest of it. Really good team that he put together, man. So I can't really say anything other than he's a good manager, but not a great manager. If he was a great manager, he would have won a lot more stuff. That's just how it goes. Jose Mourinho was undeniable in his first early years as a manager because he just won everything. He's developed that brilliant Porto side, that famous Porto side with all those great players in it and won all the stuff over there and the Champions League. And he's come to Chelsea and he's won stuff. He's been undeniable. That is a talent, to be fair. Like, yeah, you can call him fortunate at times, but not really. He's just undeniable as a great coach. Mauricio Pochettino is not undeniable as a great coach. He's debatably a great coach. He could be in the future potentially potentially a great coach, but he's not undeniably a great coach. Wouldn't it be nice if we had somebody who was undeniably a great coach coming in? That's all my argument is. He's not undeniably a great coach. He's potentially or debatably a good coach. Difference. True, though. Sorry, but Tuchel, Pep Guardiola never had Premier League experience. Great shout as well, Alex Walker. And I think you're right. Football has changed a bit. You know, it's a continental game. You know, Pep sort of changed the game in the last few years as well. Klopp is not had that Premier League experience. Tuchel, you bang on. What a great point you've just made. Football is football ultimately. And when you're tussling it with the top boys at the top there as well, you know, there's that continental style you've got to deal with. Zidane knows how to play against a Barca style of play. All that sort of stuff is, you know, is absolutely true. Like, that makes a big difference, doesn't it? Oh. Right, okay, guys. So, oh, crikey, it's 11:30 already. Well, I'll stay on a little bit longer, lads and lasses. I'm enjoying chatting with you legends. We're only 3 likes away from 150 likes. The target for tonight's little cheeky stream, extra bonus Pochettino Valverde interim stream, is 169 likes. So please do us a big favour and hit the thumbs up if you haven't done. Disco Dave, that is sensational, man. Yes, you have indeed, man. You've actually been a long-term legend of this channel, man. Disco Dave, mate, with another £5 super chat, man. He says, let's not forget, mate, shouldn't we sort out a proper CEO and director of football first before we start appointing new managers? Woodward fucks us up. Mate, what a great point. There's somebody out there who's an ex-manager, sorry, not an ex-manager, an ex-man at Manchester United who's doing a great job in a sporting director role, and that guy's name is Edwin van der Sar. Like, why wouldn't we go and get somebody like that? Somebody who is a football man, who can oversee things. I'll tell you why. It's because of the Glazers ownership. They don't want that. They just want financial guys in charge who are protecting their best interests. They don't want somebody in charge who's protecting the best interests of the club and has any sort of freedoms whatsoever to administer their money, etc., and bite into their big pie. So that's what it truly is. They don't actually want one. And if they do appoint one, it will more likely just be some sort of charlatan who's there just as a figurehead, just to say we've got one. They won't actually go and get a proper one like Edwin, somebody with a bit of ethics and somebody who's, you know, really going to be interested in getting the best out of the team on the pitch. So, yeah, I agree, Disco Dave, man. Thank you so much for the €5 super chat. Get in there. Oh, excuse me. Hey, we got a bit more info here coming. Thank you very much, Rush Manu, getting in here. So BBC Sport, Poch says he will not be distracted by reports. He is open to taking over at Manchester United. Also, something else coming through here. What is this? Oh, okay. Yes. So it's very much a case of, yeah. It does annoy me how, you know, one game to the next there is differences in performances from the players, of course. You know, like you look at the differences in displays before Solskjaer's gone and a couple of them today. It's very annoying how they did seem to up their game a little bit there, I thought. Anyway, Robin Corkmaz, lad, says Tottenham are a better run club at this point. They have a proper football director and a proper manager now, says Robin Corkmaz. Really? Just hang your head in shame there, Robin Corkmaz, lad, for saying that. I don't know about that, Robin Corkmaz. I mean, maybe, yes, okay, they have built a new team, stadium, and they do actually have a quite an astute sort of chairman there. You know, Levy doesn't sell anybody for anything less than top whack value, and you know, I see what you're saying, but also they haven't won anything. They haven't won anything for a long time. So to say, I don't know if they're a proper run club or a proper football director. Plus, you know, look at their managerial merry-go-round recently. They sacked off Pochettino, the man we're now talking about getting, by the way. They sacked him off. They took our reject, who we sacked, Jose Mourinho. He did shite. They sacked him off. They got Nuno from Wolves. Didn't give him that long. He did shite. Sacked him off. Now they've got Conte. Desperate little Dracula guy. Come on. He's probably going to do shite too, because Spurs are not a club that are going to win anything, I don't think, anytime soon. So there you go. That's. I don't think they're, you know, you can say what you want. They are a decent run club, but they still haven't fucking won nothing. Our owners are terrible, though. Our owners are truly terrible. Our owners take the cake. Now that Mike Ashley has gone out of Newcastle, I mean, let's have a debate here. So there has been worse owners than the Glazers, for instance. Berry's owner, or the Venky's group who owned fucking Blackburn Rovers and just took them down to the shitter. There's been worse owners. But name me worse owners currently in the Premier League now that Newcastle's been bought. Arsenal's owners are pretty shite, but are they really, they're on par, I guess, at worst with the Glazers. Like Kroenke, yeah, Arsenal says Managerial, Kroenke, they're on par with the Glazers, man, that's it. Arsenal and United's owners are shite. It's such a shame. And it does just show you the difference between owners like, Liverpool's, Chelsea's, Man City's as well, and the difference between owners like Arsenal's and United's. It's like the best interests are worlds apart. Bolton's owners as well, bad, says Charlie Anthony. Yo, what's up, Andre Wallace? How you doing, man? How's it going? Still Glazers are worse, says First Class Gamer. Yeah, I think you might be right as well. Venky's were the dream owners, says Stefan. Oh, man. Get back in your coffin, says Disco Dave. Spuds are not the benchmark. I agree, Stefan. We don't want to be comparing ourselves to Spuds. They are a decent run club for Spurs, but they're not. That's not what we should be aspiring to at all. Ryan was sorry to say there is not going to be any of that tonight, dude. American owners are the worst, says Manny Stuflaki. It's funny that, isn't it? Well, yeah, I mean, obviously Liverpool's got American owners as well. There's a decent. Aston Villa, have they still got American owners? I think they do, don't they? So theirs have not been great over the years, but they have, sort of, well, I don't know, improved a bit recently in terms of spending and things like that. But yes, I mean, you're right. You're kind of right. American owners are kind of not the best, especially for the English Premier League, because, they do all this American sports stuff. And all that American sports, it's very ruthless. There's lots of stuff going on behind the scenes. There's all sorts of, hey, well, let's just move to this city and change our name for this amount of money and all this sort of stuff and do this and that. And it's looking, let's name our stadium the Maxi Tampon Stadium, all the rest of it. It's a little bit, it's just a little bit different to the UK scene. So, yeah. Anybody can buy Aston Villa, so it's not really a good shout, says Manny. American owners tried this Super League BS. Exactly, yes, you're right. They're the ones that took us down this shitty Super League path, lad. Alex Walker says, a big question to you. Who do you think will leave us this summer? May have changed since Ollie has gone. Who do I think will leave us this summer? Let's go Phil Jones. Let's say Jesse Lingard. And let's say Tony Martial. I'll say those few players will leave. And Edison Cavani as well would probably have his last spell at the club under contract, yeah. Americans refuse to learn a different way. They want their way, says A.R. Dan. You know what really pisses me off? Is that they bought the club for all of that debt money, and now we're still, all these years later, 15 years later or whatever it is, still 400 odd million in debt. I mean, how does that even work? Like, that is disgusting. I find that disgusting, just to still have us in all that debt. Shocking, really. Lingard, says Mark Fisher. Yeah. Hopefully Van der Beek stays now. Ollie's gone, says Jay. But that's a good point. Hopefully Sancho gets an upturn with the new coach coming in. Hopefully Donny is developed well and given some opportunities. Hopefully Maguire's dropped. Hopefully Fred is... Actually, Fred was pretty good tonight, wasn't he? Fred was good tonight, but, hopefully Fred is either utilised better to the best of his abilities or he's dropped. We need some better players, better options in there. Ronaldo will probably leave if we don't qualify for Champions League, says Matty Braga. Well, he is contracted for 2 years, isn't he? Or no? Don't we have an extra option for a year? Molly says, got to be honest, the owners drain the lifeblood out of our club, but you can't deny that our investment on players are up there. The main question you have to ask is, why don't we win? Yeah, that's a fair point. It's a combination, but it does stem from them. They leave us just wanting that little bit extra. They have given us a good bunch of players, but they still leave us wanting in certain areas. And also, I do think that, they just haven't appointed well when it comes to managers, really. It's easy to say that we haven't had the players, but we've had some good teams. We just haven't really been able to make it click and work. And that's evident by Jose coming in, Louis, good big names, good coaches. And, of course, Ollie now failing as well. It's just very difficult. It's only a period of... Stefan Maxi Tampon Stadium. It's only good for periods of time. K Slater, 23, lad. Hello, my friend. He says, what do you have against the Tampon Arena Pig? Great place to catch a game. Oh, no. I just hate the nosebleed section, mate. Disco Day says, United are paying Tom Brady's wages. Simple as cash. Big up bosses following on his departure. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has said United. Hang on. Zlatan Ibrahimovic has said United must stop living in the past or should go to a hospital to clean their head. Hey, well, fair play to Zlatan. My name is Zlatan. I think United are living in the past. Kind of like me, living in the Serengeti as lion when I was in other previous life. Fair enough, Zlatan, but, you know, come on. You're 39, mate. You're still playing, lad. Are you not living in the past? Playing for AC Milan there? He's still doing bits, though. No, he's been sections as Manny Souflaki. Anyway, right. Okay, guys. Okay, well, we're bringing this to a close, but do have your final say. Get your final thoughts and opinions in about tonight's game, about who you want to see as interim, as permanent manager, and I'll stick around for a few more minutes and just answer a quick few more quick fire questions. Do get your opinions in and let me know what you guys are thinking. Thank you very much, Night Whisper Lad. He says, hit the likes. You know it's one of the best United fan channels on YouTube. Thank you, Night Whisper Lad. Get in there, Ryan. Get in there, Eddie O2. Great show from Eddie O2, Griffo, Usman, and of course, G Wolf United earlier on the channel as well. Shout out to those guys. Absolutely doing bits. Really appreciate those dudes. You know what I am going to do as well? So I've got a video here, actually, which is my one earlier. It kind of got lost in the ether. So I'm going to ask you all to do a big favour when this video finishes. It's not for a few minutes, but I'm going to put this in. It's a goals reaction video there, which I uploaded just in between the videos and stuff. It maybe got lost in the ether there. So I'm going to just pin that to the top of the live chat. Make sure you do go and watch that. It's only 3 minutes long. It's just a goals reaction for the game earlier, and smash a thumbs up over there and a comment. I really appreciate everyone who goes over there and smashes the like and comment, supports the different vids. Get in. Oliver Reynolds, sorry to disappoint you in that, mate. There is no FIFA tonight, man. I'm going to take the night off and rest up my voice. To be fair, I've been on YouTube almost all day, more or less. And so, so I'm just going to chill, get back at the FIFA tomorrow or Thursday, to be fair, and just do all the foot champ stuff and everything and all the rest of it. We'll see. I know, guys, no FIFA tonight. It's a little bit gash. Sorry about that. But we will be back pretty soon anyway. I'm going to stick around for a few more minutes, though, so don't worry. I'm not going anywhere just yet. Mangasm video, says Primot. Yes, hope we could make Blanc the next French legendary manager, says Charlie Anthony. Yes, indeed. Well, interesting. He's somebody that I could give an opportunity to for interim capacity and see how he gets on. But let's have a look at this. So the poll, I'm just going to end the poll now. Have a quick vote if you want to have a quick vote on the poll before it ends. We've got 27% Valverde, 44% Ragnick, 15% Blanc, and 13% Steve Bruce. So that is it, the interim manager. I'm going to end the poll there. As you can see, the winner by quite a considerable distance, Ralph Rangnick. That's if Pochettino cannot be appointed. It seems like most of the fan base would be interested in a bit of Ralph action. So yeah, get rid of the coaching staff, Carrick, etc., and also get some other manager in with some other staff. That's what I would like to see. Because what I would be very annoyed at is Manchester United scrimping and saving money here. Because, you know, it's been reported Woodward and co. gave the coaching staff new 3-year deals just a matter of weeks ago. That's what I heard. I'm pretty sure that's true. And so, like, people like Mike Feenan, Carrick, etc. And so these guys have just got a new contract. Now, it'd be very annoying if a new manager comes in and they've got to work with those guys just because they're financially there and they don't want to fucking sack them off and pay them out and get new people in. They just want to scrimp and save. That would piss me off because we want a fresh approach, a new change. Carrick's great. Carrick's cool. I love Carrick as a player. Don't get me wrong, nice guy. But really, like, they failed just as much as Solskjaer. Really, it should be, you're all gone. You're all sacked. All of those coaching staff, we need new guys in. That's what it really should be. So, yeah. Eddie says, who voted Bruce for shame? Did you want a relegation battle? It would probably be as well. I mean, he was even doing a mare this season with that Newcastle side, which, yeah, they're not a great team, but should be doing better. Thank you, Primot says, it was great to see you have such thorough and genuine mangasms again, Pig. You looked all pent up. Thank you, Primot. Yes, I was, mate. You know, I was backed right up, dude, in the mangasm department. Proper metaphorical blue balls. Sorry, guys. Lucas saying, is it the most gassy of drinks? I think it might be. Probably not the best. It's a tasty one, but probably not the best drink to drink while streaming. It's super gassy. Anyway, Manny Souflaki comments, Carrick shouldn't be part of the club anymore. Maguire has to go. Yeah, I agree. Sack off, Carrick. Sack off, Finnan. See you later on, Harry Maguire. Yeah, last time he should play for the club, if you ask me, really. He's not going to play against Chelsea because he's suspended, and I hope that a new manager coming in would sack him off. I bet you there's an obligation to play him there, though, because he's on how much money he's worth, how much money we paid for him, how much money he's on per week. Ideal scenario, Leicester City or Brendan Rodgers would take Harry Maguire in some sort of part exchange deal for Tielemans or Ndidi, because he's got that link there. He's a good player. They could do with him. He is a good player. He's just not a good player for Manchester United. Maybe they'd do something like that. That's the best case scenario. Thank you, Disco Davey says, great stream as always, Pig. Thank you, man. You're a legend. Thank you for becoming a member again, dude. Bruno was mintastic today. He was good off the bench, wasn't he? 91 Vance. Yeah. Steve Johnson's a Liverpool supporter for his sins. Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway, hello, says Glazers out Woodward can go to the tampon park and stick the tampon where the sun don't shine. 91 Van says Bruno was min. Oh, I read that, didn't I? You're behind Cantona, says Molly. I wonder if we'll ever see women managing men's teams, says Robin Corkmas. I think we will, Robin Corkmas. You see women managing in other aspects of life, you know, in other pressure situations in life. You've literally got prime ministers who are women of countries. So there's no reason not. But I do think that it's a little ways off, but I still think one day that will definitely happen. Cheap Lemonade is the most gassy, says Alex Walker. Great stream as always. Thank you, Disco Dave. Appreciate the hell out of you for that, man. United Prodigy says Poch could be our new coach for Friday if they offer him the job. Considering Poch is in Manchester on Wednesday. Spot on, United Prodigy. We're hoping for something like that coming through. Absolutely. I agree with you. Hey, check this out. Big news coming in here. Well, quite big news. So 11:42 p.m. Manchester Evening News. Hey, thank you very much, Rushmana, for giving us this. Oh, this has just been, it's just from their Twitter feed here. Former United striker Mark Hughes interested in interim manager's position. So there you go. Add another name to the list, as we said. Somebody said that earlier. Hughes, Bruce, Blanc, Ragnick, Charlie Chaplin, Scooby-Doo, Mickey Mouse, and all the rest of them are all on the list, guys. So there you go. Mark Hughes. No to Hughes. Just say no to Mark Hughes, lads and lasses. Guys, can we smash 200 likes on the stream? We're nearly there, actually. Thanks, everyone, for hitting the thumbs up. We've got 172. Bunch of absolute legends. Shout out to the Bacon Brigade. Seriously, thanks everyone for getting in these streams today. I've been on the channel, you know, a few different videos today, and a lot of you guys, a lot of you faces out there that I can see have been in all of the videos today, hanging out with me and just vibing. So thank you very much, each and every one of you, for being a part of this stream and helping us with the channel, because the channel's growing now. You know, as you can see, we're nearly at 50,000 subscribers. So if it's your first time here, tickle that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a penny. You know it makes sense. Thank you, Night Whisper, says you're doing great. Keep it up. Thank you, Night Whisper. Thank you, man. Thank you, everyone who's been around here for, you know, a long time as well. A lot of people have been around here for years, but also the new people as well. Brilliant. AJ says, behind the jab. Oh, sorry. He says, we said no to Mark Hughes. We said no. Absolutely. Roy Hodgson says Luke Cooper. Scooby-Doo says Lancashire and Yorkshire Rail. Laggy? Who is next? As long as it's not a goblin manager, says Matty Snufaki. Oh dear. Best voice on YouTube. Thank you, PP. If the Glazers appoint Hughes, they should get life in prison. AR Dan says 50k by Christmas. Well, we'll see. I'm aiming for the end of the year, dudes. That was my predictione. Well, not my prediction, but that was my goal at the start of 2021, was to get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of 2021. And we're nearly there, dudes. We're nearly there. Disco Dave, lad. He's gone and upgraded his membership to the Bacon and Egg Brigade. Thank you so much, Disco Dave, man. Not only re-upping his membership, but upgrading that shit too. Come on. Man, it has been an insane day for members. I think we've had like 7 or 8 channel members today. Wow, guys. Thank you so much to Disco Dave, by the way, again, for the support, for being a channel member all that time and just being around for years. Disco Dave's watched the channel for years and got involved and chatted. He's probably sent thousands of messages, man. Thank you, Disco Dave. You're a don. Let's get some love hearts in there and some souls for Disco Dave. Appreciate that. Oh, excuse me. Yes, come on. Get in there, my son. Pochettino to United, will he or won't he? Interim manager, Valverde or Spruce or Hughes or Blanc or Ragnick. What's going on, guys? What's going on? It's going to be a crazy 24 hours, I think. Possibly. We'll see what happens with Poch coming to Manchester tomorrow. If there's any news, any more, anything from the Vine, we will keep you posted on this channel. So make sure you click that little bell icon as well. There's a bell on YouTube. If you click that, it gives you a notification when we post and go live. Esmeralda the bells! Smash it like your name was Quasimodo, lads and lasses. Alex Walker says, you have to think if Iran didn't get injured, would we be in this shitty mess? Great point. Great point. If he didn't, then maybe we would have avoided losing some of those games. It's a fair point. And maybe Solskjaer wouldn't have got sacked. And then after the Chelsea game is a good run of really easy games. Scousebusters says 10 hard for me. Great shout, Scousebusters. Who are you going to call? Scousebusters. When there's a bin dipper in your neighbourhood. No, I'm just joking, right. Poch, come on, says Oliver Reynolds. Blanc then Poch says, let's go. Carrick at the wheel, calculating the sat-nav at the moment. Please navigate past Chelsea. Poch will sign this week. I hope you're right, Colin Greig. We need a permanent manager now. Stop fanning around, stop dilly-dallying and acting like a bunch of proper melters. They've already made a big mistake, I think, by getting rid of Solskjaer and appointing Carrick here and not having somebody ready to step in. They should have had somebody ready to step in if they were going to do this. So not only have they done that, but they've just they've left themselves exposed now because there's nobody guaranteed to come in. They're sort of scratching around, just trying to find anybody they can. Brian McClare says, Molly do. David May, give it David May to end of the season. We're just going proper in there raw now. Give it Mark Bosnich to end of the season. What the? Anyway. Oh, Savulon, hello there. What's going on with the three little piggies? Get in. I hope you're doing well today. Come on, United, though. Let's get in. Let's get a W emoji in there and a come on, United in there. And a Saul. Ronaldo's goal was beautiful, man. Plus Sancho's goal, 2-0, secured the Champions League. Job's done. I'm buzzing about it, guys. Even though we've had a shit season, it could have been so much worse after tonight, and we've just about salvaged it for the next guy to come in and have something to to build on. So that's good. Like, look at Tuchel and Chelsea last season. I keep saying it, but Frank Lampard and Solskjaer, there's some similarities there. Of course, there is in levels of the previous club that they've been at, obviously, in the experience that they got. As soon as Lampard's gone, Tuchel came in from PSG, and they went on a great run and run the Champions League, and then now look at them. And then if we do that with Pochettino or whoever comes in, it could happen. There's still a great squad here that somebody could get fire in a not a very long time if it's the right man. You know who I think could do it? I'm going to be honest. You know who I really think could do this job in a very quick fashion and get it done and get us performing well? And it might not be that pretty, but I think you could get us performing and grinding out wins and basically challenging in a short spell. Diego Simeone. I honestly really rate Diego Simeone as a manager. I just think his Atletico side are so tough to play. And it doesn't matter who you are, Liverpool, Barca, whoever, you're tough to play. If you're going to beat them, you earn it, trust me. So I would always, they're just such a tough to beat team. So something like that. I'm not saying he's an attacking manager. He's not the right fit for United in terms of that. But just in terms of like being an actual proven grinder, somebody who's around right now, just won La Liga with Atletico Madrid, often getting through latter stages. I think that he would make us a good defensive side, and we'd pick up a lot of wins, and it wouldn't be the prettiest, but we'd be successful. Kind of how I feel about it, but, I'm not saying we should go get him. Anyway, Alex Walker says Luis Enrique would be ideal. Anyway, guys, we're going to wrap this video up. 200 of you legends in it, 182 of you have smashed the like on the video as well. Thank you, everyone who's done that. Been a great day hanging out at the Baker Brigade and United winning the games, obviously. We've got some news coming over the next period of time. Maybe, don't know if it's going to be a week or a month or a day when the new guys are going to be appointed, but we'll bring it you on this channel whenever it happens. Tomorrow we'll be on giving you the latest updates in regards to, Poch or any managers that are linked, Valverde, if there's any more progression in that department, we'll let you know on the channel. So keep a lookout and get yourself in there for the next one. United says Simeone does not like Klopp at all either. Exactly, United prodigy. There you go. Viva Ronaldo says yo-yo. Disco says, I can't wait for the day Klopp and Pep move on. It will happen. We need another Sir Alex or Wenger type manager, not a 4 to 5 season manager. Fair play, Disco Dave. I respect that. They're hard to come by, though, aren't they? aren't they? Thank you, Night Whisper. Thank you, Eddie O, who says, great stream, Piggo. Thank you very much. Likewise to you, my friend. Molly Do says, Night Piggy Legend. Thank you, Drew Who as well. Indy United, Connor Matthews. Thank you, Anushka D'Souza, for subscribing to the channel. Colin Grieg as well says, keep it up. Great channel. Thank you, Colin. Solid stream. Thanks, Connor. Cheers, Eddie O2 says, guys, awesome chat tonight. Hope we get something good against Chelsea. One more time. Cantona says, Molly. Valverde finished up Simeone multiple times. Piggy put some respect on his name. Hey, fair play. You're right. Yeah, he did. But with a better team, though, at the time, though, has to be said. Celtic manager says Colin Grieg. Right, K Slater 23. Thanks so much. Primot as well says top channel, top pig. Like and subscribe for the scruffy bugger. Thank you very much, Primot. Guys, you're a bunch of legends. That is going to be the end of the stream. Then we'll be back tomorrow with the latest United news. FIFA will be back soon as well. That's not going to happen tonight. I'm going to chill out a little bit. You can tell my voice is getting less and less Daichi-fied. Definitely getting less and less Daichi-fied. Getting over a little bit of man flu. It's getting less and less Daichi-ish. So I'm hoping that with a good night's rest after tonight, tomorrow we'll be back on form. That's what I'm hoping. Jonathan says, GTA, not tonight, my friend. No, we're going to relax tonight. We're just going to chill, and I'm going to rest up and get the old vocal cords rested, so tomorrow we could be bang on, and we could start doing those late night gaming streams again for long hours. Oh, yeah. Thank you for watching, everyone. Good night, all. Oh, yeah, do click the link in the top of the live chat. Go over there. Please do go over there. Give it a like spike. It's struggling a little bit, this video. There it is, because I posted it very quickly in between all the videos and everything. So please go and give it a cheeky little like spike. It's pinned at the top of the live chat. There it is as well. Smash the link. Smash a like on it. Watch it. It's only 3 minutes long. And give it a comment as well. That'll help us out no end. Cheers, lads and lasses. That is it from me. You've been watching Flying Pig United with another cheeky little Manchester United news stream. The future is in doubt. Who will we get? Who will we appoint? We shall find out soon. As for now, Michael Carrick is at the wheel. He's got us the win tonight. He's got us the Champions League qualification in the end. Happy days, but we need to think about the future. We need to look to the future and get somebody else permanently appointed, and quick as well. I think Poch is the right decision for now as a permanent coach, but if he's not available, we're going to have to do something else and get somebody else in. It remains to be seen what happens, but we'll let you know on this channel, so keep a lookout. Make sure you leave a like before you go. Hit the subscribe. Follow us on social media at Flying Pig United on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And check out the website, unitedflyinghigh.com. Thank you, Colin Grieg. Yeah, a couple of whiskies, lad. Primot as well. Batman Night Fan, Bell6991, Ryan, Charlie Anthony, Big God Bob, Fat Chinese Gaming getting in here as well. Hello. Harry Maguire is in fact Phil Jones in disguise. He is indeed. Phil Jones 2.0 with a bloaty head. Colin Grieg, Stefan, Rushmano, and yes, I do late FIFA streams. Nice one. Yeah, get in there, my son. Thank you very much. What does your name say? Illy United, that's the end from me. Have a great night. This is the Big. Take it easy. And I'll catch you on the next one. Once again, thank you to Rushmano for all the updates throughout. Check his Twitter out, transfers_UTD. And everybody else, thanks for joining us. That's the end of the stream. Come back after it's finished if you want. And comment in the not live comments section and get your thoughts and opinions on anything we've discussed in these videos today. And go over there and smash that like and comment on the goals reaction video that's pinned to the top of the live chat. Let's be having you. Come on, United. I'll see you soon. See you later on, lads and lasses. This is the Pig. And I'm out of here. Soon.